during the daytime, right?
Right.
It's how it's eclipsed, which is what the difference is. So it's pretty cool. It really is. What other interesting, fun tech things can we talk about tonight while we're doing our little segment here?
I don't know. We may have to go to commercial and think of some other stuff.
Commercial. Like we have commercials. We don't have
know,
commercials.
right? We have PSAs.
Yeah, we have PSAs here and there, spread a little bit. Blah, blah, blah.
We have some Schoolhouse Rock from time to time.
So what we will do at this point in time is we'll go ahead and open up the phones real quick. For any of you that have any, well, let's stick to, at this point in time, let's stick to any kind of interesting technical tech-type stuff. Okay, so if you have an interesting phone app or computer program or anything like that you want to say shout out to or explain, then this is the time to do that. So we're going to open up the phone lines, 480-405-1465. Feel free to call in if you have some sort of interesting technical gadget that you want to talk about. One of the other interesting tech gadgets that we have is we have solar kit for the RV.
Woo-hoo.
Basically, it's 4 100-watt solar panels, and they're going to be mounted on the roof of the RV. And then that connects directly to our dual 6-volt batteries, which are set up in series so that we have a 12-volt system. They seem to have a lot more, what do they call it? Amp hours or something like that. If you take 6-volt in time in series as opposed to 12-volt and put them in parallel. So we're going to be installing that sometime in the next couple of weeks. And what that's going to enable, it will basically pretty much run everything on the RV with solar power, except the microwave and the air conditioner. Now, it can run those if we get the right size inverter. Okay, so there's an inverter that I'm looking at on Amazon. It's like $325 or something like that, but it's a 3,000 watt inverter, which would allow us to run the air conditioner off the battery pack.
Wow.
Problem is the battery probably wouldn't last that long because I don't think that the solar power would be able to keep up the charge on the batteries as fast as the air conditioner would use it. But it's nice to be able to have that ability if necessary. But it pretty much powers everything else in the RV because most of the stuff in the RV, except for the TV, the microwave, and the air conditioner, are all 12 volt. So as long as it can keep the batteries charged, then it's not really that big of a deal.
Because realistically, we don't use the microwave very often, and this time of the year, we don't need the air conditioner. So realistically, we'd be okay.
Nowadays, if we use the the microwave, it's usually just for storage.
It pretty much is.
Shove stuff in there that we don't know what to do with.
Because you're very limited with space, so you get very creative with where you put stuff. All our cast iron, for instance, if you can even imagine it, all goes in our oven.
Because we don't have any place to put it.
What else are we going to put in there while we're driving?
Right. So, and we forgot it the last time we went on a trip. So we did have it this time because we thought ahead and remembered to put it on there. Now, one of the other cool tech things that you can get also as an alternative, they do have 12-volt wind-powered windmills, okay, that you can actually hook up just like you could solar panels. So we could easily have the solar panels, and then on days where there's not a lot of sun or at night, put the windmill up.
But then we're going to slow down the wind.
Yeah, then we're going to slow down the wind. It's going to make the heat, the world get hotter because we're slowing down the wind because of our windmill. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, so you can hook this thing up, and so at night, if you're worried about running out of juice because your solar panels aren't getting any sun, well, now you've got wind power. And your wind power can charge your batteries in it can work on charging your batteries in light wind. I mean, the faster the wind, the faster or the more current you have going to your batteries. But in this case, you only need it's got a what do they call that damn thing? It's a charge regulator that basically regulates the charge going to the batteries. So you could, with solar panels and the wind generator, keep your batteries charged 24/7. So if you're having to leave town in your RV because of the a zombie apocalypse, which could be coming, I mean, we never know who's going to eat that really weird, mad cow diseased meat somewhere and turn into a zombie. But yeah, so like when we go boondocking, we're going to be able to actually have solar power to charge the batteries, and that way at night, if we need to run the heater or if we need to run everything else, the batteries always stay charged. So it's going to be cool.
Because it really is nice to go to like places. I hate to say RV parks because it's too much like the movie RV. I mean, the last place we went to, which was really nice, called Point of Rocks, there was foliage, and I mean, it was a decent sized plot, and there was some sort of privacy. So even though there was a lot of people there, it wasn't like you're packed in like sardines. But boondocking is a different story. I mean, you do have to kind of worry about how much water you're using and such, but it's so nice being out in the middle of nowhere and, oh, geez, cell phone doesn't work. Oh, geez, don't need my laptop. I mean, it is really kind of nice. So,
and speaking of that, of laptops and tech and stuff like that, the weekend of, what weekend is that? I don't have my calendar open. Why's my calendar closed?
I don't know.
You closed my calendar. I can't believe you did that.
It's probably my fault. Yeah,
I'm blaming you.
Oh, geez.
Anyway, so we're going to try to do something interesting and different. Okay? We are going to try to broadcast remotely
Bum, bum, bum.
from the RV on the top of Usery Mountain Pass. And that is supposed to be on March 3rd. So March 3rd, we are going to go RVing on Usery Mountain Pass, which is in East Mesa. And we're going to try to broadcast live from the mountain overlooking the mesa. So that's going to be cool. We're going to have a couple of special guests with us. We're all going to be eating and drinking and having a good time and spending time talking about what is going on in the world. Hopefully, the world will still be around at that point, because at this point, we could be zombie apocalypse by then. That's just me talking. I kind of talk about that kind of stuff all the time. Oh, speaking of geeky stuff, like tech stuff, there's this thing called partsgeek.com. Okay, and I was able to actually find a replacement. Well, let me see what the thing looks like. See if I can find out what it's called. It's partsgeek.com. And our order has shipped, by the way.
Woohoo!
They even sent a tracking number and everything. How nice. That's fucking awesome. Anyway, what happened was we were driving down the freeway on the way to work one day. And when we go to work, it's dark outside because it's at, 30 in the morning. And we ran over something. It could have been somebody's cooler that fell out of the bottom of their truck. It could have been a hard hat.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning.
Tell?
You can't tell. Okay, so whatever it was hit the front of the car and destroyed the grill, the grill in the front. So I went online looking to see if I could find a replacement, and I found one, and this is the killer part of it. If I was to go to the dealer, this same part would probably be $250. Okay? I found the part online at partsgeek.com for $31. Woohoo!
So that's probably close to the actual cost without the markup, and not to mention that other cost you would have to pay for labor on top of it and all kinds
I can
of
put it on myself.
bullshit
It's that
fees.
easy. So with shipping out the door, $42.95 for this car part that's gonna fix the front of the car.
That's less than you can pay for a killer Outback dinner for two.
Well, yeah, it is. But we don't necessarily need to go to Outback to have a killer steak dinner, do we?
Oh, no, I understand that.
Yeah, we had meat tonight for dinner. We're kind of celebrating a couple of different things. One of those things that we were celebrating was we finished paying off a debt that we had that we've been paying on for a couple of years.
Woohoo!
That's a celebratory thing. And there was something else. I can't remember what it was.
Second job interview?
Oh, yes. I have a second job interview where I am going to be I went to the first interview last week. This is for a maintenance supervisor. And when we say maintenance, we're not talking like in apartments where you go in and you paint the house or you paint this and you paint that and you fix the outlet. We're talking about heavy-duty stuff, okay, maintaining heavy-duty equipment.
Like fix the shit or the production doesn't go on.
So there's a maintenance supervisor position that I applied for, and I have the second interview on Wednesday of next week, which is going to be kind of fun. We'll see what happens. I'm trying to remember what else we had interesting to say. Oh, well, we're celebrating the fact that we actually, for the first time in our in ever. We had our actual taxes
Tax
done
return,
in January,
yeah.
and our returns.
Yeah.
We got our first return on February 1st from the federal government.
The day before our anniversary.
Yeah, and then on our anniversary, we got the second, the Arizona refund. So it was kind of nice having a little bit of money that we just weren't prepared for. That makes it cool. What other kind of geeky stuff can we say? Oh, Phoenix Comic-Con is coming up. Memorial Day weekend. We have our tickets to go to Comic-Con. We've been working on updating our outfits, our cosplay outfits. We had a little bit of a setback today when the small Padme outfit that I ordered for Kara came as a extra large Padme outfit for Kara, and needless to say, it doesn't really fit that well at all.
I didn't even have to.
It won't fit on me. It's too big for me. So.
I could just unfold it and be like, yeah, it's totally gonna just drape. It's not gonna cling.
So I actually went and checked on Amazon to make sure I ordered the right part, and I did order the small, but for some reason they sent the grande version of this costume.
They've obviously never met me. Jeez.
Yeah, so we're going to have to send it back. But Comic-Con, Phoenix Comic-Con, Memorial Day weekend. Let me see if I can bring the website up.
Yeah, the tickets are actually starting to go back up in cost, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, the sooner you buy them, the cheaper they are.
Up until February 1st, they were $50 for a 4-day weekend. Now, I believe they are $65 for the 4-day pass. It looks like Holly Marie Combs is going to be there. She wowed us in Picket Fences. I don't remember that show. She was in Charmed. She played Piper Hallwell in Charmed.
Oh, okay, actually.
We love her intrigue on Pretty Little Liars as Ella Montgomery. Okay, whatever. Whatever. So we're looking at all these different people. Rachel Scarston is supposed to be there. She was in the CW's Reign, 50 Shades, Lost Girl, Black Canary, and Birds of Prey. Okay. Kara, not with a K, or not with a C, but a K. Kara Eberly. She's a voice actress. She's going to be there. Karen David, who was in Once Upon a Time, whatever the hell that is, and Ciara Renee. Right now, it doesn't seem like they have much in the way of big name.
Well, when we got our tickets, there were no names.
Well, there's a lot of truth to that. I mean, there are some
it's really
interesting-looking people that are supposed to be there. There's some guy that's a Green Power Ranger or some shit. I'm hoping that they get some bigger names in, because when we go, we like to get pictures with some of these bigger names. Like, for example, we've had photos with Jason Isaacs.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know, that's Mr. Malfoy in the Harry Potter system. Carl Urban, who's Dr. McCoy in the new Star Trek. He was in Lord of the Rings. I think the Two Towers and the Return of the King. He was in the movie Doom. He was in the movie The Chronicles of Riddick. He's been in a lot of stuff. So we got photos with him. We got photos with Tony Todd.
Candyman.
The Candyman. He was also in The Rock. He was also in Babylon 5 Call to Arms. He was one of the commanders in there. He's been in a shit ton of stuff. Gates McFadden, for those of you that are Star Trek fans. Dr. Crusher on Star Trek The Next Generation. Sean Astin. We got pictures for the first time.
He's fucking awesome.
I was actually photoed with somebody at Comic-Con that's shorter than me.
Right?
So it was nice, because even Summer Glau was close to my height.
Sean Astin, what's his character name in Lord of the Rings?
He's not Frodo. He's Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah.
He was also in 50 First Dates.
Goonies
from way back when. What was the one where he was like a football player? Rudy.
He was like a 90-pound weakling.
And what's the one at the school? Remember? Sean Astin, Will Wheaton was in it.
Not Universal Soldier. That's Jean-Claude. But it's something soldier. No, it was something.
Toy Soldiers.
There
you go.
Told
Thank
you there was
you.
a soldier on there. Damn it.
You got half right. You get half credit on that. Halfway? He was in Toy Soldiers. He did really good in that movie. So he's been in a lot of stuff. Summer Glau from, I think she was in the Sarah Connor's Chronicles.